morning, countryside. Pastor John here this morning. Just a couple of quick reminders as we head into the weekend. Remember, Good Friday is this Friday, and so hopefully you will join us at 10 a.m. for our service. And then Sunday is Easter Sunday. We are going to be doing our service, and then we're going to have communion at the end of the service. So make sure you've got some elements for communion, some juice, some crackers that you can share with your family. And we can do that together. And don't worry, I'll lead you in it. But Dad, if you can step up and do the leading in your home, that would be an amazing opportunity for you to lead spiritually. This morning, I want to look at Psalm 23. Of all the words of comfort in Scripture, this is probably the best known. But let me read it for you anyway. Psalm 23 says this: "The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He makes me to lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside still waters. He restores my soul. He leads me in paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. For you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil. My cup overflows. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I shall dwell in the house of the Lord forever." I think this is an appropriate psalm for us, an appropriate comfort passage for us during this time, because so many around us are getting sick and so many are suffering. And this psalm tells us that, life is not going to be, sunshine and strawberries all the time. This psalm tells us that even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. Why? Because God is with me, because he's my shepherd. Matthew Henry said in one of the commentaries I read that the good and watchful shepherd cares for his sheep, even in times of trouble. And as we think through this, as we realize, as we understand that, we are in a time of trial, we are in a time of uncertainty. God is still in control. He is still large and in charge. He is still working all things out for his glory and the good of his people. That means even these tough things are for our good. Even these tough things, God is guiding and directing with his rod and his staff. Sometimes, those shepherding tools are used for correction, and they're used for guidance. And yet, as we walk through this life, everything that God is doing is guiding us to his ultimate purpose. And so we can rest in that. We can rest in the fact that our shepherd is the good shepherd. Our shepherd is not a hired hand. He's not going to run at the first sign of danger. He is the one in control. And we are following him and being guided by him and serving him and doing the things that he has for us to do, so that in the end, these things will be for our good. And so I would encourage you in that this morning, that get into his word, learn about this good shepherd, grow in your knowledge of him and your relationship with him, because the more you know him, the easier it is to follow his voice, the easier it is to understand what's going on, the easier it is to accept that God is in control, and in the end, he will be glorified, his people will be saved, and we will live with him in eternity. So a little shorter this morning, but hopefully that will help encourage you through the day. Hopefully you'll have a good day. If you're, isolated, then enjoy your family. If you're isolated and your family's not with you, make some phone calls. Get out there, spread God's joy and Christ's goodness to the world around you. All right. Thanks, countryside. Have a good morning. Bye-bye.